Hey guys, alright, so today I'll be doing a speed paint of one of my friend's OCs named Kiki. I hope you guys enjoy. Today we're going to be talking about conventions, how I started doing conventions in the artist alley, and answering questions and going from there. So I guess to start off, one of my main questions that I get is how long I have been drawing for. Particularly, I've been drawing my whole life, but I guess I didn't start actually doing it sort of kind of professionally until last year. Um, I built up like a website for myself this year, and I try to upload on my Instagram as much as possible to try and gain that exposure and everything that I need. Um, when did I start doing conventions? I think I answered this in like the last question, but I started doing them last year. My particular favorite cons that I actually do love doing is YumaCon, Colossal Con. I have not done ShudoCon, but I have been to a other, I guess like mid, what would you call it? Midwest cons, yeah, Midwest cons. So I've been to more Midwest cons for the most part. How did I start? I pretty much jumped right into it, honestly. I made sure that I at least had enough prints to actually set up a good table. So like at my first con I had about 16 prints, I believe. Most of my prints that I have right now, I pretty much sort of kind of have rotated out. So like my original ones may or may not still be there, but I have a handful of like my original ones from my first con. What's my favorite part about being a convention artist? My favorite part is the people, honestly. I met so many great people and like so many great like other artists doing this. It's definitely helped me out like fan wise and just at least figuring out how to network, so to speak. It's been a lot easier for me for that. Also just seeing like cosplays and all that stuff, it's great, honestly. My least favorite part about doing conventions, I guess the preparation. It takes a lot of preparation and it's stupid expensive. The only thing that I guess I could really complain about it, at least it being my least favorite part, um, yeah, definitely the just the preparation aspect. If it was a lot easier for me, I'd probably do it a lot better. I procrastinate way too much. So definitely my least favorite part because I end up spending, I guess I would say, the week before the convention. I'm trying to get better at this, but the week before a convention starts and I'm actually going to the artist alley for it, I'll try and push out as much stuff as I possibly can within the week or 2 weeks, and then the night of, I will stay up all night drinking Monster and like Red Bull and just stuff that will kill my metabolism and kill my stomach. I wake up completely dead, but it gets me through. So I'm trying to go and get better at that for the most part. So I guess that would be my least favorite part because when I come back from the convention, I'm like stupid tired, I'm drained, and it takes me about a good maybe day or two for me to go and pick back up on pace and get ready for my next convention. My favorite con experience, there was this one time when I was doing a convention in Ohio and I had set up my table, and then on that, on that Saturday, I believe, on that Saturday, and Saturday went well, super great. It was a Comic-Con. I didn't think I was gonna do so well at a Comic-Con because all of my art, for the most part, is more anime based, but I actually did pretty decently. So On that Sunday, though, I ended up coming in late and I saw two uh, children sitting at the table selling stuff. All my stuff was like packed up underneath my table, so I guess they didn't realize that. So they were sitting at my table, and then they were just like, "Oh, we thought that this was an unclaimed table, so we're sorry." So I was like, "Oh no, like it's cool, but like, where are your parents, or like, who are you with?" So like, I took them over to like the parent. I'm like, "Hey, um, I guess they thought that there was an unclaimed table. I actually ended up taking the table." And he was like, "Oh no, it's cool. Are they bothering you or anything like that?" Like, no, it's fine. Like, if they want to help me, they surely can, cause like I'm the only one at the table right now. So, uh, the little girl had ended up helping me, and she was like a total sweetheart about it. She didn't really complain about anything. Um, so I pretty much made her day. Like, her favorite Pokemon was Pikachu, so I ended up drawing her Pikachu at the end of the weekend, and it warmed my heart so much. And she was like a total sweetheart. One of my favorite convention experiences, because it turned more of like a negative for me into a positive, knowing that I could actually help out a kid and kind of like, I guess, kind of show her in the sense like sort of kind of what it's like. How many cons do I go to in a year? It varies for the most part, depending on whether it's juried, first come, first serve, or what my other artist friends are doing at the time. For the most part, I try to do 3 conventions a year, and those 3 conventions are Colossal Con, YumaCon, and I am dying to go and get into, what is it, Doki Dokkan? Yeah, I've been dying to go and get to that one so much because it's just gotten such a big fan base. All of these are anime conventions, might I add. I've been going to Colossal Con for the past two years, I believe. And the first time that I went, it was like pure bliss for me. I went as an attendee that year, so I didn't really do the artist alley thing, but I wanted to see what it was like, at least for as an attendee wise, because it is one of the most biggest cons in the US, I believe. So that was a very nice experience for me, and I actually did end up loving it as much as I said that I would. My favorite con for all time, actually, for right now at least, is Colossal Con. Even though YumaCon is based pretty much in my hometown, I actually do love Colossal Con because it has a lot more to offer. As far as like attraction wise, there's like 2 water parks in the Kalahari, and then you have the con itself, which spans throughout the pretty much the Kalahari and then the convention center as a whole. So like it's 4 days long. It's super fun. So you get to see like a whole bunch of like summer beach cosplays and stuff like that. So if I could recommend anybody who likes bigger conventions, go to Colossal Con if you haven't already. Good con. Such a good con. The next question is, what is the medium that I use mostly for my art? As you can see, we have a Speedpaint running today, so that's digitally. I love doing all my art digitally. It's one of those things where it took me a while to pick up because I had gotten used to doing it traditionally, in the sense. I've been doing it digitally for God knows how long now, actually. It's been pretty much more of like a learning experience, especially for my style. As you can see, I draw more of like my characters, or at least not in this particular video, but more characters in a more curvier and more like sexier way, I guess. especially with the part, you know, with the hips and like the thighs being like thick and like more roundish. I actually do love that, and as you can see with the lips, I really like to accentuate on those as well, and sometimes the eyes. It depends. Um, but yeah, digital is insanely like my favorite part, at least, or at least, you know, my tradition, I guess, or at least my medium that I like to use when it comes to coloring, layering. It's a lot more organized to me for the most part. More organized, and I'm a very organized person. Off to the next question. What will be the next one? Let's see. A question I do get a lot, at least for Instagram for the most part, is like, hey, when are you going to, you know, the next con to, like, out of state, or at least, you know, more further outside of, like, the Midwest area? And they were speaking more so on terms of, like, you know, Texas, California, and whatnot. I would love to go to Texas, even though it's, like, super hot almost year-round. I would love to go. I have been doing some research into at least getting into some of the anime conventions. One of them that I will not be going to is Anime Matsuri, but that's another topic for another time. As far as California, oh geez. It's definitely something that I would have to look more into, because there is a huge travel expense as far as just hotel, then the tables alone, depending on which convention. I do want to do Anime Expo at some point, but I feel like personally that I'm just not there yet, so I'm waiting until I feel like I am at that point to be like, oh, okay, I can go ahead and do this now. But who knows, maybe I might try it out a little bit earlier, see what happens, and then try to go from there, because Anime Expo is one of those cons that I dream of doing. That and Crunchyroll Expo, both are in LA, I believe, so I would love to be doing those for sure. My favorite products to make, as far as like selling on a convention wise, I really love making buttons, like a lot. I'm pretty sure that most of my buttons I make for the most part are usually anime characters, game characters, so like I have like a pretty decent Overwatch set. I have a full set of My Hero Academia, so I have, you know, Kirishima, Bakugo, Ida, Deku, Froppy, so all those characters. I'm working on JoJo right now, and I do have a couple original pieces as well. A bunch of original pieces as far as like my art. I print-wise, what do I do? Do I like print from home, or do I take it to like an actual printing company to go and have them do it for me? I actually do have 2 printers at home. I have, both are Epsons, by the way, so if I ever need to kind of like print 2 things at the same time, I can hook it up that way, and I can print 2 things at the same time to kind of pace my production rate to be a little bit faster than just having one printer. What programs do I use for my art? I use, right here on screen, Paint Tool SI and Photoshop. You'll see a little bit of both actually in the video for however long this video is going to take. God, this is a lot of talking. Jeez. have I ever met anybody who I think inspires me as an artist, or even at a convention for the most part? There's a bunch of people, honestly, that I actually met who inspired me color-wise. Um, I do like working with super bright colors and more festive colors. I'm sorry, one second. So I do like working with a bunch of bright and festive colors. So you'll see that in that video, in this video as well. So a bunch of them include the likes of, Sugary Symbiote, Wednesdays, I think, because she puts two V's in her pen name, so I think it's a W, who knows, but Wednesdays or Toko Dolly. I have met the both of them. They're both sweethearts. I really do love them both a lot. I do love Miss No Kitty. She's been around for the past couple cons. She is at Tokyo Con right now, I believe, in Kentucky. So if you're actually in Kentucky, there's an anime convention going on around this time. I hope you guys get to go and check that out. Who else have I seen for the most part? But yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I've seen a couple artists, and most of which actually do inspire me a lot. The one artist that I know that I would love to go and see in California, or if I get into C2E2 for next year, I do want to see Rake. So I'm actually a huge fan of him. Oh my god, his line work, his coloring is all just so clean, so crisp. I love it so much. Same thing goes for, GDB, if you guys have ever heard of her. She has like super colorful art. All of her like original characters for the most part, all of her art is pretty much fan art. Not fan art, but original art. So most of her characters are of her own creation, and they cater more so to, the people of color community for the most part, but like it takes it to like a whole nother level. Like super colorful. I just love it. I do love Ross Jaws for his just, I guess, his skills for the most part. Like, I have tried color dodging like God knows how many times, and I still have no idea how to do it. If anybody knows how to color dodge, let me know in the comments below so I can actually go and get something out with a color dodge, because I would love that. I also love Iron Pinky, or Edwin Huang, I think. He works for Udon Entertainment. Same thing for him, like super colorful. Coloring style is pretty much clean, crisp. Line art clean, crisp. But yeah, that's pretty much a basis of like my inspiration for the most part for me creating my art. And as far as, I guess, a motivation for me to keep creating art, I enjoy making stuff for people. That's all there is to it, really. I just really love making stuff for people. I like seeing people's face when they're like, oh, this is cool, I actually do enjoy this. I just like getting feedback to tell me, maybe something I'm doing good, and then maybe something where it's like, okay, maybe I should change up my idea, or maybe my idea isn't translating that well, so I probably need to fix this. So that's the more, I think for me, it's more of like a give and take. Like, I put out stuff for people to look at, and then they give me back, feedback on what I could do better color wise, or like theme wise, or maybe my poses and stuff aren't translating well. And that's like a huge issue, at least for me, is like knowing whether or not my poses and whatnot are translating like super well. Because for me, I consider myself as a pinup artist, so if my poses and whatnot are not translating well, it hurts the piece, at least for me. How did I get into drawing pinup art? I have no idea, honestly. It started, I guess, for me wanting to have sexy poses. I love drawing women. I love drawing the female figure as a whole, so I just thought, you know what? Pinup poses, they're the way to go. Like, they're the most feminine poses that like are out right now, and I have been loving them. Even like the more modern ones for like, you know, models and boudoir shoots and everything like that. Like, I still love them and I still like drawing them. So I would definitely consider myself a pinup artist. One second. Alright, so back to conventions. What is my favorite part, at least for being an attendee? There's a lot of stuff I like doing as an attendee, to be honest with you guys. My friends usually make most of my experiences, whether the con is good or bad. In the sense of just the con being run horrifically, or just me kind of like not being in a good mood for God knows why. So for the most part, it would be my friends, and then things that would be like inside the con, panels for the most part. I love visiting 18 plus panels, whether it be like for hentai and just 18 plus panels. Like, I love playing Cards Against Humanity. Like, that's my game. Like, I absolutely love Cards Against Humanity. And then another thing, I used to go for the raves. I still kind of think about going every time when I go into a convention, for the most part, only because I miss it so much. Because when I had first started doing raves and whatnot, I was good at dancing, I guess. I don't know if I could do it as much anymore, because I just lost touch with it, I guess. Panels, voice actor wise, oh my goodness. I have seen so many voice actors, Lord. My favorite voice actor panels for the most part was like the whole Black Butler cast. So, you know, they had Sebastian, Ciel, Mayrin, and the old man. I'll call him Mr. T because like his name is too long. And Mr. T and Finney. That whole panel was just hilarious. I love Black Butler, and like seeing like the whole voice acting cast for Black Butler was just amazing for me. Recently, at my last con, which was Doki, that I went to as an attendee, I wasn't even aware that Bakugo's voice actor was going to be there, and oh my god. I love Bakugo so much, even though he comes off as like the most condescending a-hole ever. I still love him with all of my heart. So me finding out that he was going to be there, I almost crapped myself, honestly. It was like one of the best, maybe not one of the best panels, but like just being there and being with, you know, one of my favorite voice actors for a character that I connect with so much, which is weird to say that I connect with him for the most part, but like I can understand where Bakugo's spunk usually comes from. So it's just like, you know, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And I'm going to do whatever I can to achieve that, which I can understand that, obviously. So just being in the panel, I was sitting in the front row seats because we had gotten in line like super early. So I was sitting in front seats, and you know, it's just hilarious. He's super hilarious and more so down to earth. Like when he has the downtime, for the most part, he described himself as pretty much a little kid, and it's hilarious. So I really enjoyed that panel a lot. If I can see him at the next con, I would love to. Maybe he's gonna be at YumaCon, maybe not. I will be at YumaCon this year in the Artist Alley with my friend who makes plushies. So if you guys want some really cute plushies and some cute pinup art, you can come to our table. I'm not sure where our table is just yet, but we will be having one. But yeah, conventions are definitely like a fun way for me to kind of like relieve stress as far as just my daily work life. Because besides, you know, doing conventions, because I only do this part-time, this is not like a full-time thing for me, at least not right now. I do make smoothies for the most part as my full-time job, and I love my full-time job, I really do, but I know that at some point I'm going to have to leave my full-time job because the workload of just doing conventions and stuff is going to get too out of hand, and I'm going to end up having to leave. So that's the one thing that I am going to have a bittersweet relationship with, as far as just leaving my next job, or at least this job, to pursue something that I actually really, really do want. Oh God, I've been doing a bunch of talking. Oh my God. I feel like this video is already about to get like super long for no reason. So I'm going to come to a conclusion on the video for the most part. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, this is not my OC. This is my friend CHUHEIZU's OC. Her name is Kiki. I hope you enjoy her. But yeah, so let me know how the video is, and tomorrow, or at least sometime probably tomorrow, I have another video up of me drawing a bunch of my friends' OCs. I probably won't do a voiceover for this one, but I will be doing something of the sort next time. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video.